On Friday, the Wall Street Journal dropped an absolute bombshell. They are reporting that in 2003, Trump sent a birthday letter to Jeffrey Epstein for his 50th birthday that was sexually suggestive. Yeah, it's the most inappropriate birthday gift since Carvel debuted Fudgy the Hung Like a Whale.
The moment played out during a wandering campaign speech in New Hampshire. Donald Trump, clearly annoyed by increasing questions about his mental sharpness, fell back on something familiar, his own legend. Leaning toward the lectern and lowering his voice like he was sharing a secret, he smiled. He told the crowd he was a genius in high school. He said people don't realize he was the best student. According to him, teachers would come to him and say, "Donald, you know more than the textbooks." He described himself as a high school legend. The crowd cheered for that legend. Back in New York, Stephen Colbert revealed a very different story. When the Late Show started, there was no band, no applause break, and no jokes. Colbert sat quietly at his desk, hands resting over a small, yellowed index card sealed in plastic. "Welcome back," he said calmly. Last night, the former president told a story about being a high school genius. He said he knew more than the books. Then Colbert lifted the card. That raised an obvious question. Geniuses usually don't declare themselves. They tend to do things like cure diseases or invent something useful. The audience leaned forward. Colbert explained they contacted the archives of the New York Military Academy. It turned out Trump's chemistry teacher kept detailed notes. Adjusting his glasses, Colbert said this was Cadet Trump's end of term assessment from spring 1964. He read slowly, "Donald is the most confident student I have ever encountered. Unfortunately, this confidence is completely unburdened by knowledge."
According to the Wall Street Journal, Trump's letter featured several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with heavy marker. In the drawing, a pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts, and the future president's signature is a squiggly Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. Do you know what that means? That means Donald Trump has drawn pubic hair on every executive order. That is not...
Laughter erupted, but Colbert lifted a hand. That was only the beginning, he kept reading. During lab sessions, Donald refuses to participate. He pays younger cadets to handle experiments, and then takes credit for the results. The audience gasped. Colbert then added his favorite part. After burning a hole in the table, Donald blamed the table for being weak and poorly built. The laughter came back, sharper this time. But Colbert said struggling only in science wouldn't define a genius. So he looked at Trump's history work. He showed a second paper covered in red ink. The assignment was to summarize the causes of the Civil War. Colbert read the opening paragraph. The Civil War was very unfair to the South. Lincoln was nasty, very nasty. If I had been there, I would have made a deal. A beautiful deal. Colbert stared directly into the camera. The grade was F-, with a note saying, "Please see me after class. You cannot negotiate with slavery." The studio exploded with reactions, but Colbert still wasn't finished. He reached into a box and pulled out a thick black ledger. Quietly, he explained it was a guidance counselor's report from 1963 meant to evaluate leadership potential. He opened it carefully. The student shows a fragile relationship with reality. When corrected, he doesn't learn. He attacks the person correcting him, displays a constant need for praise regardless of merit.
Is that legal? Is that legal? Auto pen? Auto pube? What is that? That's terrible. Using your signature to signify pubic hair is not a behavior befitting a president, with a possible exception of President Bush. But that's it. As strange as it sounds. As strange as it...
Colbert said he wasn't a genius. He was a transaction. He didn't ace tests. His father paid tuition. He didn't write essays. He pushed others to do the work. Leaning forward, Colbert said you can tell rallies you were Einstein, but you can't erase a teacher's handwriting. You weren't the smartest student. You were simply the loudest one with money behind you. Looking straight into the lens, he said the only thing mastered in high school was lying with confidence. Tonight, he said, they checked the permanent record. Class dismissed. The clip spread instantly. Trump's self-created legend collided with ink, written decades earlier. Colbert didn't mock the claim. He documented it. In doing so, he reminded America of something simple. You can buy buildings, degrees, and applause, but you can't buy credibility from someone who watched you fail and wrote it down. That final message echoed across social media, classrooms, and late-night monologues for days. Teachers shared the clip like a quiet victory lap. Former classmates resurfaced with knowing nods. What shocked viewers wasn't cruelty, it was precision. No shouting, no exaggeration, just records being read aloud.